Use factoring to find the zeros of f of x equals x cubed minus 4x. All right, so when we take a look at this polynomial, we see that the leading term, or the term at the highest exponent is this guy here, right? So the x cubed tells us, right, the 3 tells us that there's going to be 3 zeros. Okay. Now, how do we find it? Well, we got to factor this guy, right? Of course, there's other ways to do this, but factoring is always going to be the easiest way. So let's take a look. Okay, we have an x cubed, we have an x, so they have at least one x in common, right? So let's factor out that x. And then parentheses, we notice we get x squared minus 4. Okay? And x squared minus 4, we call this a quadratic equation. Right? So using all your methods that you've learned from factoring, right, we see that this is a difference of 2 squares. So we can factor this into x plus 2 and x minus 2. Now remember, the terminology, right? These are called factors. Okay? So when we multiply all of these 3 together, we get the original polynomial, right? The question is asking to find the zeros. Okay, so what are essentially the values that we can plug in here to make this equal to 0, right? So the way we do that is we just set each factor equal to 0. So we get x equals to 0, we get x plus 2 equals 0, and we get x minus 2 equals 0. So once we solve these, you notice we get x equals negative 2, and when we add the 2 here, we get x equals positive 2. Okay, so we have 3 zeros in this case, right? We got 0, negative 2, and positive 2. Make sure you know the difference between a 0 and the factors.